Hey Internet, it is Moviedragon009. I'm back again with you for another chat. So, right now, as you can tell, things have changed. I have finally gone to college, which is great. You can probably tell by the last video I posted, which was just a bunch of guys coming over to play Smash Bros. I thought it'd be funny, because like the guy who was putting on the British accent, he's not really British. I found that out sometime afterwards, and just a little bit disappointing. I just thought it'd be funny. I understand not many people have seen it, but you know what? That's not why I'm posting this video. See, why I'm posting this video is that I finally went and saw Iron Man 3 in theaters. Just down the street. So, man, I've been meaning to see it for a while. It was great that a couple of my dorm mates were finally, were thinking about going there, and things just worked out. So, anyway, on to the important business. What did I think? Well, I probably shouldn't go on, like, a plot review. I mean, I wonder if I should. Maybe? I don't know. I mean, I imagine quite a few people have seen it. I mean, basically, Tony's going through some post-traumatic stress disorder after that whole thing going through the wormhole and Avengers and all that stuff, and, like, turns out he's got some issues to deal with that happened back in 1999. I remember where it was back in 1999. By the way, there was a great Y2K reference back there. I enjoyed that very much. I was like, Y2K. That's funny. So, anyway. Yeah, so a lot of you probably know the plot. I'm not going to spoil it. Actually, I am going to spoil it a little bit in this video. Anyway, on to what I was thinking. What do I think of it? Well, I like how they followed up with Tony's experience in Iron Man 3 in the Avengers. I mean, it's obviously affected him. I think, yeah, it's pretty interesting how he goes through the anxiety attacks. I think it's understandable. I mean, he threw a missile through a wormhole in an alien spaceship after working with a god and all of this crazy stuff. So I think it's understandable. He's pretty shaken. And so, yeah, I think that was an interesting development in his character. And where they take it, I think, well, honestly, it was a little bit disappointing in the end. Kind of left me a little bit miffed at the end. Well, Cheru, he saves the day, but then he blows up his Iron Man suits. Why? It's because he wants to let Pepper know that he's not, like, completely obsessed with the Iron Man suits, that he's really into her. I've been thinking, it kind of left me mad. Is there going to be more Iron Man? Obvious question. Yes, totally. They made that statement at the end of the movie. And, well, obviously, the movie overall was a very fun ride. I did quite enjoy the action sequences. A lot of fun. Seeing suits getting blown up and melted and all that crazy stuff. And, yeah, prior to my seeing the movie, I did hear a lot of talk about, oh, the Mandarin, he sucked. Like, sucked. I hate the plot twist. That was the sort of thing I was hearing. And I can understand where they're going with that. It turns out, like, the guy, like Ben Kingsley's character, he's not really a terrorist. He's just this drunk British actor. And, like I said, I understand it, because I watched those first scenes where they introduce him. And he's like, holy cow, this guy, he's got going on. But then, like, we get to the scene where Tony meets him and is like, really? A little bit deflated. Good actor, though. Very good actor. And, Nelly. I have never seen a way, personally, that they could take a movie character based off of comic books any further away from their roots as possible up until this point. I have not really read comic books, and I haven't really read any Iron Man comics. I haven't at all. I'm sorry. But I've seen, like, I've read about it online, and the Mandarin, boy, this is a very, very distant take on this. Very fascinating how they decided to do that. And I read about it. It's actually very interesting commentary about, like, our modern day situation with the war on terror. How they can just take a guy, put him in front of a camera, and suddenly that's the guy everyone fears, because he appears and scares the heck out of you. So I think it's a pretty interesting idea there. It's one worth mulling about. So, there was also the extremist soldiers, like the henchmen, like the aim people were using to try to hunt people down. And those were pretty interesting visuals. I did not think healing involved burning. And I think, like, as soon as you discover that, I was like, do we really want to be using this? It looks grotesque. Ow, ow. It looks like it burns. I don't want to touch you. Those are a couple of side effects. Not what I originally envisioned it going on from what I've read. But, still pretty fascinating. Well, I just kind of wish we'd gone more into those characters a little bit. See what their motivations were, aside from being henchmen. I mean, apparently they were war veterans. So what's motivating them to go all evil on them? I don't know. They never explain it. Tony Stark, as usual, is very fun, as I've said. And, bam. A lot of plot twists. Overall, it was a very fun, exciting, and loud movie. And the Mandarin twist thing is a little bit disappointing, but I do kind of see where they were going with it. Overall, I would have to give this movie about like a B- sort of rating. Oh, well, that cleared out of the way. I cannot wait for Man of Steel. Oh yeah! Superman! I know what you're saying. Don't diss on Superman. He was the original. And I like what they're saying, what we're seeing in the trailers right now. I cannot wait to see it. It looks die hard, man. And actually, this is too bad. Back to Marvel. Yeah, I can be a DC and Marvel fan. Is there something wrong with that? No, it does. This overall, Iron Man 3 was a much darker film than we've seen previously. And apparently that's where they're going to take the rest of the Marvel movies up until Avengers 2. I'm sorry, Avengers 2. And it'll be interesting to see where they go with this. I mean, I've seen the Thor trailer, and that looks really dark, like Game of Thrones-esque sort of thing. So it'll be interesting to see where how this Phase 2 works out, and how Avengers 2 will work out. So, up until then, Moviedragon009 signing out.